Good afternoon, everyone. It's Pip here. Today is the 23rd of May 2019. It has been a little while since I last made a video, but I thought I would update you all today because tomorrow I am having some surgery to do with my reconstruction. So to recap on sort of what I've been through so far on my journey, I was diagnosed with breast cancer in August 2017, so 2 years ago this year. In October, I had a right breast mastectomy with reconstruction where they put an expanding implant in there. Unfortunately, that got infected, and in December of 2017, the implant was removed so that it was safe for me to have chemotherapy. After having chemotherapy in May 2018, I had the expander put back in on this side, and I had a risk-reducing mastectomy on the left. I then had radiotherapy in July 2018, and the doctor put me on tamoxifen, which is a tablet you take every day for 5 to 10 years, I believe. However, after much consideration and after taking it for a few months, I opted to stop taking tamoxifen. I did discuss this with the oncologist, who said that, well, we have put layers of protection in place, such as the chemotherapy and the radiotherapy, and because it was affecting me so severely, emotionally, physically, and mentally, weighing up the pros and cons, because it was having such an effect on my sense of well-being, I decided with the oncologist to stop taking it. Whether that's a good idea or not, I guess we'll only find out in the next few years. So fingers crossed it wasn't the wrong decision to make. So going back to my surgery, as you can see, still not very symmetrical. So although the expander is in here, it's not actually in the right place. So when the surgeon first started expanding the implant here, it was just expanding laterally, so I was ending up with some kind of armpit boob, which no one really wants. And so I'm seeing another surgeon tomorrow, a specialist plastic surgeon, who is going to basically start from scratch. So he's going to go in through the old mastectomy scar, which I think has been opened 5 times now, whip out the implant, stitch me back in, and let that settle for about 6 months, let it scar down, with the idea of, in about 6 months' time, going back in, creating a new pocket, as they call it, for a new expander to go in, and fingers crossed, even though I've had radiotherapy there, the skin will behave itself and it will stretch, and I will have a more symmetrical chest. Once that's been done, hopefully they'll be able to whip out the expanders and pop in some permanent implants, and then I will just look like another woman who's had a boob job. That's the aim, so hopefully that will happen. So we can't really tell. The skin might not behave itself, and then we have to think about other ways of creating a breast on the right side. So only time will tell. So it has been just over a month now since I had my surgery. So I went in to St George's Hospital, where the surgeon removed not only the tissue expander, but apparently, I wasn't awake obviously, removed the scar tissue or the capsule, the pocket that your body creates around the implant, because it was in the wrong place, and when he tries again with the reconstruction, he doesn't want it to go back to where it was. So my job now is to massage the area twice a day for 5 minutes, just to make sure that it heals nicely and the scar's nice and flat. I've been told I can go back to normal now, the bandages and everything are off, so no more excuses. I can go back to the gym, be as active as I want to be, which is nice. My only problem is right now, obviously, is I'm completely flat on this side, so I need to get a little bit creative with my summer outfits, etc. But to be honest, I mean, I had the mastectomy, the first mastectomy, back in October 2017, so by October this year I'll have been one boobed for 2 years, so what's another few months going to matter? So no, in November I'm seeing the consultant. The idea is we'll get me scheduled in for my next surgery, hopefully before Christmas, maybe January. What he's going to do is go back in, create a new pocket, put in a new tissue expanding implant, and fingers crossed this time when they expand it, it stays in the same place, my skin behaves itself, and we get it to the shape and size that we want, and then it's just a case of unzipping my scars, removing the temporary implants, and putting in the permanent ones. That's a very simplified version of what's going to happen. But yeah, so fingers crossed, third time lucky with this reconstruction, that by the end, by the summer of 2020, I can hopefully say that I'm back to normal.